Yeah. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting, laughing, they love it, but don't judge it.
Good evening, and grand rising to all my overseas brothers and sisters and all my in-state melanated brothers and sisters, man. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation, man. Hey, everybody doing tonight? First and foremost, big ups to all my followers, fans, viewers, and subscribers, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thumb up the video, y'all. Hey, and don't forget to, man, pull them phones out, share with 3 more people, tell them 3 more people to share with 3 more people, man. Let's get them in the building tonight, y'all. Hey, secondly, big up to the best moderators in the game, man. Y'all know who they are. Young boy Maya Bucks, Master Teacher Fox TLS, Preston McKenzie, aka P Mac. We got Coach Ricky, we got Diablo, Club Can't Get In, Gare Bear, Big Frank, Big Dave, hey, and my big bro, Professor Remo, bringing up the real for show. And we can't forget about the Queens. We got the First Lady, Miss Gigi Gaming Palace. We got Miss Star Wars Markets LLC. We got the beautiful Miss Asha Brooks. And last but not least, we got Miss Cece Craven, carefully, y'all. And if I forgot you, hey, I love you too. Hey, don't forget to check out Lynn Chicago Pizza, 501 East 61st Street, right here in Chicago, Illinois. Also, there's Soul Food and Bakery, 2523 West 79th Street, also located in Chicago, Illinois. Hey, cafe where grown folks play, man. Hey, located 17553 South Kensington, Hazelcrest. And if you're over East My Way, check out the Urban Lux Cafe, 2911 East 79th Street. And if you're sick, man, if you're in town, if you're in the suburbs, or if you come in from out of town and you're sick, man, check out the House of Health and Wellness, 1400 Torrance Avenue, Suite 213. And let them know Bearded Conversation sent you, man. You know what I'm saying? You might get a discount. Hey, but check out those local 5 Black businesses, man. You know what I'm saying? Please patronize. Please go support. But y'all know how I like to do, man, while I get my notes and stuff together, man. Let y'all hear it one more time without any interruptions.
Yeah, we coming off the block with this one. Yes, sir. Yeah. What up, Lan? Yeah. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting, laughing, they love it, but don't judge it. Off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting, laughing, they love it, but don't judge us. Damn. Got it off the block. Forming a dynasty from a rock, laid back in the cut, press play, can't get enough. Yo, let's chop it up in every location. A bearded conversation, opportunity keep knocking like child support payments. Started from the bottom like basements, now we famous. Podcast official, the topic will probably hit you from a distance like a pistol. Subscribe so you can listen to survival of the fittest. We talking it how we living it, rolling like a dealership, managing several businesses. T-shirts, podcast, no, you don't need a membership. Just follow us on YouTube, Knowledge Supreme Infinite. Chicago got a zip and exotic, let's talk about it. Going live, check your notifications so you can holler or leave it in the comments, debate it, just being honest. Chicago topics, worldwide views, we supersonic, big Genghis Khan can circle back round like every week. Tell a friend off the block, it's where we meet. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back to hood lovers. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back. Come on. The hood lovers, off the block, giving it back. The hood lovers, broadcasting live. Off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation off the block, giving it back.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation. I'm your host, Beard Genghis Khan, a.k.a. Khan the Don, b.k.a. Mr. BGK, man. What's going on with everybody tonight, man? Big ups, peace and blessings to everybody. Big ups and peace and blessings, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know how I like to start the show off, man. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, views, and meditations. One last time. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. There's a lot going on out here, man. Um, man, so people we come in contact with on a day-to-day basis, people we're cordial with, our families, our extended families, more especially our bearded conversation families. I just want to extend my hand to those, and let them know, man, hey, it's a support team and system out there for you. Hey, and like Roscoe say, man, listen, if ain't nobody told you today that they love you, bearded conversation and Roscoe love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. And don't forget those 5 key components too, my people, my beautiful people, man. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. Love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. One more time. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. That's what we live by here on this channel. Bearded conversation, man. Those 5 key components of life. If we include those things, man, we should be okay. We should be okay. Yeah. Hey man, big ups to everybody, man. Today is Toxiq Tuesday. We in the building, man. I'm feeling good. Football practice was good. You know what I'm saying? I had a few kiddos out there football practice today, man. You know what I'm saying? We was out there, getting together, man. Season started. Well, it's spring season, so spring season started about like a month from now, something like that. Start about a month from now. So yeah, we gonna get it in. Hey man, few topic of discussions for the night, man. Um, Hey chat, y'all remember and we talked about this a few times. The young lady that was living in a van in the casino with her kids and her mom and her brother. Um so it's a guy in Georgia who got arrested. He had his 3 kids, they're 1, 6, and 10. And he left them in a McDonald's while he ran up to go to an interview. And I guess the interview was close by, nearby, or whatever the case may be. But he left him at the McDonald's 1, 6, and 10. It was said that he came back out, what I'm saying, to check on him, but went back to the interview, because he had an interview, so he brought the kids with him. And then apparently, later the mom was called, and the mom came and got the kids, or whatever that the case may be. I don't know if anybody heard about that, but I've been hearing a lot of women say, "Well, y'all talk bad about the mama for being in the car." So, and also later, update on that. The kids actually didn't die because they froze to death. And I don't even know why anybody didn't even think that it was carbon monoxide poison. So actually, the kids died from carbon monoxide poison for the car being on. See, but then I don't know because it said they ran out of gas, so I don't know. But they said the autopsy reports, revealed that the kids died from carbon monoxide poison. Well, I've been hearing women, talk about, well, how we badmouth them for that situation, but men are going to back for this brother because he was at a job interview. Now, mind you, if the mother was able to come get the kids. See, and again, with any story, it's a background story. Just like even with that, when the woman ran out of gas, and the father said he was at work or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, if it was me, I would have left work. Don't get me wrong, but even if when he said that he had family members close by, let's try to get the kids to those family members. Why keep them in the car? But back to the dude. So for me, at first, I went in with a mind of, well, 1, 6, 10. The 10-year-old should have been able to have, 6-year-old probably. I don't, could have had them, you know, and depending upon, and mind you, a lot of interviews are quick and fast. Flash the GOAT, what's going on? What's going on? A lot of interviews are quick and fast, man. A lot of interviews ain't really 30-minute hour interviews. If they 10, 15 minutes, if that, tops. So the brother left his kids in McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? The interview was close by. And again, like I said, he did come out I don't know how many times, but it was spoke on that he came out and oh, it's Coach Ricky, your nephew phone. But he did come out and look cuz phone, he did come out and check on him. But like I say, I guess, after that, when he went back to the interview, I guess it was a while before he came back out. About time he came back out, all this had happened. And again, like I say, man, I went into it with the mindset, well, damn, at least he was bringing the kids to the job type shit. Not to the job, but, he making the effort to, find some work and shit like that and da 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 this, that, and the third. I went into it like that. But then when I heard the mom was calling, she came and got the kids. Like, who has ownership of the kids? Like, a custodian. Who the custodian parent of the kids? Like, was she supposed to meet him? Like, so again, I didn't get all the details, and articles don't really give you all the details. But again, the mom was called. So for me, it's like, well, damn, you didn't have time to call the mother and tell the mother that look, I got an interview. Can you watch the kids, or can you meet me here with the kids? Or maybe she was late getting there. See, we don't get all that backstory. We instantly go for the persecution. We instantly go, well, saying that's child endangerment, that's child abandonment. He abandoned the kids and shit like that. But then, if he was at home sitting on his ass and not doing nothing and not, not trying to get up and go to work, now he a deadbeat, man, because he ain't out here trying to do what he need to be doing for his kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like situations that people get put in, it's crazy because you don't know how to take that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't know you don't know how to take that. You don't know how to take that. And I know I done already got into a few ships, but let me do this real quick before we go any further, man. Let me do this real quick. Hey, so the thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. The thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. I don't mean to hurt, harm, or to offend. I don't mean to hurt, harm, or to offend. Please do not take any advice given or anything shown on this video stream for face value without consulting the proper professional that suits your specific needs. Please do your due diligence. Please do your due diligence. Please do your proper vet work. Please do your research and get that second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth opinion, because we don't want you going out here robbing no bank, starting a revolt, telling your boss what he can take out, can turn the sideways and where to put it. Because you can't get shit up out of me. And as you can see, I'm solo dolo, man. Big ups to my co-host Roscoe P, man. Big ups to L Boogie. Big ups to my co-host with the most is my little one, A Jizzle. Hey, man, Roscoe said he came the other day, y'all, but I was so in tune, man. I ain't even hit the dough, man. I apologize, Roscoe, man. Hey, damn, man, and Glenn B was in the building, man. That would have been a treat, man. I do apologize, Roscoe, if you out there watching, man, that I wasn't at the dope, man. You know what I'm saying, for you. But yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So he says, Coach Ricky say, what do you think about Ant-Man paying out full child support up front? We talked about that. We actually talked about that. I don't mind him doing that. I don't mind him doing that because, now my biggest issue with the Ant-Man shit was, like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand you don't want to have nothing to do with the little girl or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And this was when she was like 4 months, and he said he just paid the child support. Yeah, that's cool. We get it. Ain't got no problem with that. But why the fuck are you out here making human beings and just paying money up front for them? How productive? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the mother of that young lady won't find a man that would take her in and maybe love the daughter or whatever, or she might not, or she might have, a grandfather or uncles or whatever, and make sure that she's okay. But why, as a father, why would you why would you do that? Why would you create a motherfucker and just be like, fuck it, here, I'll pay the money? Like, you don't want to, like, what's the purpose? And then, a lot of people be like, well, he got that right. Yeah, you got that right. But then but when you lay down with a motherfucker too, unprotected, that it's a chance and a possibility that you can create life. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that, why ain't you taking the steps? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, not only that, which is another thing we didn't talk about when we talked about I don't think we did, the STDs and the shit like that you can catch. That's why you out here just, sticking your, you know what I'm saying, and random women. Like, come on, man, we gotta think about this, man. We gotta be a little bit more conscientious, man. We gotta grow up. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I know he's a young man, and I know things go on. And we were just talking about this shit yesterday about kids knowing what to do with money, knowing what money is and what to do with money. Yeah, they know it's money. They know it got some type of value. Yeah, they know what to do, spend it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as making it work for them or creating shit to, help them, get better in life or ahead for their family and shit like that. See, they don't understand them concepts. You know what I'm saying? So just like, bro, you're a young man, you got all this money, you in the NBA, I get it. But damn, where's your mom at? Where's somebody that's telling you that these decisions and choices that you're making might not be the right decisions and choices? And then, they set them down. Just like, bro, Coach Ricky, they set him down and was talking about being the face of the NBA. He was like, shit, no, I don't want to be the face of the NBA. I want to come out here and be a competitor and just show people what I got. Woo, woo, woo. I get that. I understand that too. But, when we talk about this role model shit and how people say, well, they ain't trying to be role models, regardless of whether you want to be a role model or not, you got a motherfucker that's looking up to you that want to be what you're doing or that's seeing the shit that you're doing and trying to aspire to be like you. I don't give a fuck if you out here selling whatever. know what I'm saying? There's somebody always looking at somebody that's expiring to be like how that person is. You know what I'm saying? Whether we want to admit to it or not, or whether we act like we see it or not, it's always somebody out here that's looking to try to be like you. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. But again, at least he paid his child support. You know what I'm saying? At least he paid it. You know, you got some motherfuckers though that get in these situations, they don't even want to pay the child support. You know what I'm saying? Let alone see the child, they don't even want to pay the child support. So kudos to him for paying it up front and getting it out the way. But I really do think he deserved, well, that young lady that he helped create deserves for him to be in his life because she didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? But again, back to this Atlanta, Georgia father, bro. He left his kids in a McDonald's, a 1, a 6, and a 10-year-old, while he went to an interview nearby. You know what I'm saying? He came out and checked on the kids, went back into the interview, and by the time he came out, all this was gone and they had called the mother. But again, we don't be knowing situations, and articles really don't be giving you a lot about what go on. They really just touch on shit. He said young and dumb, and she's a known cougar. So regardless of whether she's a cougar or not, you feel me? Because listen, even so by you saying that she's a known cougar, so basically he probably knew, you know what I'm saying, what it was with her in the first place. See, this is another reason why contraceptives is out here. That's why they available. That's why they over the counter. That's why you can go get them, so you can prevent situations like this. Especially when a motherfucker don't even want to be there for the child. You feel me? Physically, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, you know. Don't get me wrong. Financially, it's cool too because you know they gonna need that as well. But you know what I'm saying, man, you just gotta watch what we doing, man, and be a little bit more careful out here, man. Mm-hmm. And then we expect motherfuckers to give us shit, or we expect to. This is that like damn unity. This why unity ain't happening. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying, I mean, it's fine. Not the only reason, but I'm just saying, you know, shit like that. But again, man, you know, with the Atlanta father though, I took the approach. I was like, you know, I thought it was a good thing, but then, you know, when you think about it in hindsight, because, you know, people were saying, well, you know, it was abandoning. What if the kids would have got snatched and took and this, that, and the third? And don't get me wrong, you're right. But then when the mother was called out, and I see now that what made me think about why wasn't the mother informed in the first place, because she could have just watched them if she was called and came and got it. Or did they have an argument and she didn't want to watch the kids or some shit like that? And now that somebody called, you know what I'm saying, and got everybody involved, now she want to act like she was the concern. Like it could be, and I'm not saying that that's what the case is because we don't know, but it's ridiculous, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find the article and see if we can get some exclusive details. So Professor Remo says plot twist: if the chicks runs out of money, it proves her being a gold digger. um, he says role modeling comes with trial and error. Um, yeah. So, but again, it's not about the actual role model itself. It's about people not accepting the fact that even if you don't look at yourself as a role model, and I'm not saying, and when we speaking about kids now, if we talking about, and you know, and I'm gonna keep it 100, even though we shouldn't be that way, but if we talking about a grown motherfucker looking up to me, because which some grown people, men admire other men and other women admire other women and vice versa. Women admire men and men admire women for whatever purpose is the reason that they, you know what I'm saying, have this admiration for them. You feel me? Professionally, whether they doing good in their jobs or their titles or whatever the case may be. And that's okay. You know? But I'm speaking far as, you know what I'm saying, like with the children. And you're absolutely correct. Role modeling comes with trial and error. But for you to not accept the fact that it's a possibility that someone could be looking at you as a role model. It's my thing. You know, it's one thing to say, well, fuck that. I ain't no role model. I ain't trying to be nobody role model. Yeah, we get that, right? But when you get out there on that court or you get out there on that football field, and I get it, but you doing it because you out of love of the game. You doing it because you know you got fans and shit coming to watch. And some people don't give a fuck about that. You know? Some people really don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. But man, you know, and listen, and again, it ain't about, because I hate when people, oh, you can't say, we know that, bro. It ain't about saving the world. We know that, bro. It's just about making a change and a difference and touching a few people. You know what I'm saying? and touching a few people. That's what it's about to me. What's going on, Band G in the building? What's going on, my boy? It's about touching a few people. That's all. That's all I'm saying, man. You know. But yeah, Coach Ricky, we yeah, trial and error, man. And and again, even with trial and error, I guess that's why a lot of people don't want to be role models because they don't want to go through that trial and error, or they don't want to let people see their failures and their downfalls. You know what I'm saying? That could be it. You know, that could be it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nobody perfect, man. Nobody's perfect. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can find this article about the guy. Yeah, here we go. Wait, is this going to see? No, this that's a video. Here we go. Let me see if I can get it. All right. So it says black dad knocked for leaving kids at McDonald's to interview for a job. So it says okay, come on up, resurface. Da, da, da. Okay, so a Georgia man was recently arrested for leaving his kids at McDonald's so that he could go job hunting. So see, now it says hunting, but you know, if it the title says interview. So Chris Lewis left his 3 children at an Augusta area Mickey D's while he went to a job interview. According to Augusta Press, the 24-year-old was charged with deprivation of a minor. Spiritual Word also reshared Lewis' mugshot. So Georgia dad busted for leaving kids 1, 6, and 10 solo at McDonald's during job interview, cops say. So he was 24 years old, young guy. Um, a customer noticed that 3 kids aged 1, 6. Come on, come on, hold on. It'll be like all this. Okay, so a customer noticed that 3 kids aged 1, 6, and 10 were left alone inside McDonald's, which included a play place. The name of its indoor playground. Authorities arrived at the scene only after um I'm sorry. Authorities arrived at the scene shortly afterward and arrested Lewis when he returned. According to according to a witness, Lewis came in and out of the McDonald's multiple times before authorities intervened. So, like I said, he um he went to an interview. And hold on, I forgot we got some what say. They say if you ask him, he say, I'm sorry, let me read this interview. Comment before I go on. They say if I ask, you telling what? If I ask, you and telling you I don't want the baby, nor do I have time for the baby, LOL. And you say you keeping it because you really looking for money. I just gave you what you wanted up front. I mean, yeah, according to that Anthony Edwards, I guess I guess, bro. But again, I still say, you know what I'm saying, watch where you sticking your penis. That way you won't have to go through all this anyway. So you mean to tell me you'll rather stick your penis in a motherfucker without putting the condom on and then go through the fact that this chick might decide that she want to have this baby through all this emotional type shit, and then you got to give up your money. You crazy the motherfucker. I'm not giving up shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving up a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say be careful what you're doing. And don't get me wrong, man. You can feel how you want to feel about me, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'm not doing that. Me personally, I'm not even gonna put myself in that situation to where I got to give up a piece of anything that I got to a motherfucker. Especially if they ain't work for the day, or if I ain't trying to stick around with them for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? He say, shit, man, all the way turn up. He said, yeah, but the album, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Remo say, young folks are so scared of taking a loss that they don't even want to try, even with the win. Even if the win is within reach. That's true too. But this guy here, man, he was in reach. He was trying to win, man. So again, like I told y'all, he did go. So I only spoke of one time. So they saying he came back into the McDonald's multiple times to check on his kid, to check on his children rather, not kid, his children, while he proceeded to go to the job interview. Now this young man is 24. Listen, I'm not trying to excuse the fact that he left his kids at McDonald's, but I'm trying to promote the fact that he was aware enough to know that he needed a job and let me take my kid to McDonald's to a safe place to try to get the job. Because again, he could have stayed home, not even trying to do shit with 3 kids, not even trying to get no money. I know, and I get it, y'all. Anyway, let me get back to the story because I don't know. At first I was like, he was doing something good. Then I started listening to motherfuckers like, well, he did abandon the kid. But again, he came out multiple times before authorities intervened. So that means he was checking on the kids before motherfuckers decided to be nosy and get in his business. So upon returning, he told the officers more about why he had left the children at the eatery. It said Lewis shared that he and his family had walked. Lewis shared that he and his family had walked to the restaurant with the father. Hold on, I'm sorry. Lewis shared that he and his family had walked to the restaurant with the father, opting not to walk his children back to their apartment while he attended a job interview nearby. He also told police he did not own a vehicle. After the police detained Lewis, the children's mother arrived to pick them up from the restaurant. As the news broke on social media, some of the comments felt empathy for the man, giving his reasons. Instagram users shared how the man is being condemned for making a potential unwanted choice in a desperate situation. Now, let's be real. A 10-year-old is mature enough to be able to keep their siblings safe in a public restaurant while the father is doing something critically important, argued one commenter, Terry Duran. Why can't they tell the difference between making the best out of a desperate situation versus a bad parent that is just neglecting their kids? Another user added, seems like he was just trying to get a job to take care of his kids. He didn't leave them in the car, so come on, give him a break. And don't get me wrong, I hear all those comments too, but then like it still could all went bad and go wrong. So former rapper and internet personality Willie D also had a lengthy thought about the matter. He posted his take on Lewis' arrest, calling it justified yet problematic due to the details. Which I see now, which is more the stance that I'm taking now. I give it the justification, but it's still problematic. You know what I'm saying? Because again, due to all the things that could have went wrong. This wasn't about neglect; it was about survival. He emphasized in his post, he wasn't a criminal; he was a man drowning in the system, threw in handcuffs instead of a life vest. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. The mother was called. Why couldn't he call the mother? You know what I'm saying? Or why couldn't see? And it's hard because especially when you're trying to get a job and you finna tell a job, I got my 3 kids, I need to take them back. Woo, woo, woo. Now the job looking at you is unreliable. Excuse me, and it's crazy. Now the job is looking at you as unreliable and unfit to be working at their job because the first thing they're gonna think anytime something comes up with your children, now you're not gonna be able to come to work because now you got to go tend to handle that. But it's crazy because they don't see the dedication. But I get it because I can see the pros and the cons and how the way of the world go and how they think. Brother Fox, what's going on tonight, brother? You look real spiffy in the building. You must came from a communication out there.
No communication. We had a report card pickup.
Oh, report. Oh, yeah. Damn, report card pickup today. Everybody keeps saying that. I keep forgetting. Yeah. My kids in the suburbs.
I just got touched down after all those wonderful
Yeah,
conversations.
report card pickup. Did you have an interesting report card pickup day?
Yep.
Did you get any crazies?
No comment.
He say no comment. But anyway, so what you think about this Atlanta, Georgia young man? What do you think about this situation, bro?
I just came in on this. I didn't know. I'm still trying to marinate on what you're saying about what's going on, all the details. I didn't hear the article too well because I was thinking like trying to get myself settled. But
yeah, so basically, 24-year-old man, he had a job interview. And he took his 1, 6, and 10-year-old to McDonald's, right? Fed him or whatever the case may be. And when it was time for his interview, he went to the interview, right, to check in. Now, I guess you know how interviews go. You interview other people and shit like that. So in the event of him waiting, he came back from time to time, multiple times. People say and checked on his kids, and then went back to the interview. But the time that he didn't come back was probably the time that he was getting interviewed. And I guess somebody sent the kids, intervened, called the police, and that's how all this happened. So when he came out to the police. with, they had his kids and he came out to them cuffing them up. You know what I'm saying? And like
That
you say, and they
I don't know,
you say
man.
what?
I say that's kind of
Yeah,
awkward.
yeah. Mm.
I say awkward because the circumstances on each side. I don't know how to answer that. Like it's like an earnest. It's like my children are, if they're well mannered and they're cool. It kind of makes you wonder what's the motive there. Who thought the kids was in danger? Blah blah blah.
Well, they just seen them by themselves. But the article did say, and again, this is why, and don't get me wrong, and if you thought that, and I know people don't like to talk to other people or ask other people to do anything because guess what? You can't ask somebody, oh man, can you watch my kids for me while I go in here? And next thing you know, your kids is missing. So it said, according to a witness, Lewis came in and out of the McDonald's multiple times before authorities intervened. So again, he was at the job interview, bro, but he kept coming back to check on his kid. Now, I get that too, because what if you came back that one time and your kids wasn't there? My heart would have dropped, and I get that and I understand because it's just that quick and just that fast shit like this can happen. Right? But now they did say the mother was called and the mother came and got the kids. So again, my questions are, who was the custodian parent of these kids? Are these kids, or were they with him? Was this his time to hide the kids and he had this interview and he had to go with the kids? And,
That's where I
did
was
he call them?
as far as
And did he?
order. I go not custodial.
Mhm, Or did he call the mom, bro, while it was his time? And then she was like, no, this your time. Woo, 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 you all. We don't know. We don't know. Or if she was supposed to meet him there, or we don't know. Or did he call her? And we just ain't saying that he called her. You know what I'm saying? To come get the kids while he had the interview and she wouldn't show up. And I'm not trying to make it seem like the woman was wrong or bad or whatever. We just don't know. Or did he couldn't have called her, or they don't get along and he's the custodial parent. And again, he had a fucking job interview and he took the kids with him, and he's only 24. So that means he had a 10-year-old. So his first child that he had, which was his that he got with him, he had when he was like 13, 14. And for him to be 24, and I'm not trying to say that's his fault, strap up, just like I was saying with Anthony Edwards, but in the event that he didn't, he's still out here trying to do and take care and do for the kid. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said all that. That's why I was stuck when you was telling the story, and then you threw another mix in there. Yeah, I did that. I did go to court, and I'm glad I did. My father told me to do it, and so did my mother. But it left a paper trail, which is public record. So when my son got to a point where he's like, "You didn't do this, you do that," I'm like, all right, let's go through this right now because I didn't want to talk to you about that. It's a well-documented route, legally, public record. So anybody want to doubt me, you can look me up what I went through. But early, you was like, yeah, no, I would, like, yeah, no, I would. That was so I could just see him. That's so I could just see him. That part first. That part first. So it goes both ways. Because later on, when he got to smelling his drawers, I had to read him his rights. Right. Cool now. It was well worth the struggle.
Yeah. But I don't know what the situation was with this guy, okay? With this guy and what was going on with the mom or whatever the case may be. But you know what I'm saying? I hope he don't get too many harsh. Now I'm not gonna say I don't think something shouldn't happen to him, whether he has to go to some type of classes or something like that. But again, is that going to interfere with this job that he's trying to get? Like it's just hard, man. Especially when a person is trying. And don't get me wrong, man, we make mistakes when we trying to do good too. So, I just hope this brother don't get deterred and just don't stop doing, what I'm saying, what he doing, man. So, big ups to him.
He was like drugs or something. He had the kids around trying to get a job.
Right.
That's tricky.
Right. Yeah. Mm. And don't get me wrong, bro. I do understand kids get snatched, they get kidnapped, they get all this. And like I say, you can't just necessarily come up to a stranger, tell a stranger to watch my kids while I go to an interview type shit because it's like, man, you can't trust nobody. Shit, you can't even trust your own family at this point nowadays in life. So it's crazy. And speaking of trusting the family, your own family, man, check this shit out. Y'all, this is crazy. So a father wakes up during the night to find his wife stabbing their 3 sleeping children in an unexpected attack.
You getting wicked tonight, boy. Damn. It's toxic for real.
I'm just saying it yeah. But you know what?
Warming up some chili, like what? I had to cut back to the mic, like, whoa.
Toxic Tuesday, they be toxic, the top, but I try not to take the topics. I try not to take it too toxic, but yeah, man. Yeah, but like I say, like you could barely trust your own family, man. So it's hard to get motherfuckers to watch your kids, especially when you're doing shit like that. And speaking of that, like I said, speaking of trusting your family, a father wakes up during the night to find his wife stabbing their 3 sleeping children in an unexpected attack. This is crazy, man. I don't know I don't know what the fuck. So a man in Sydney reportedly woke up during the night to find his wife stabbing their 3 children in their home in Sydney on Monday, March 31st. Police say. Police found a 10-year-old boy, 13-year-old girl, and 16-year-old girl suffering from stab wounds. The mother, who was also found, reported self-inflicted stab wounds, was charged with attempted murder following the incident. Whoa, what the fuck? According to the Sydney Morning Herald, a 47-year-old woman is accused of stabbing her 3 sleeping children aged 10, 13, and 16 before their father stopped her by taking the knife away and calling the authorities on Monday, March 31st. Upon waking up to what I believe to be a number of screams and yells, he then goes to approach the situation, and from what I am told, has to secure the weapon. And he contacted the police. Detective Superintendent Naomi Moore said in a statement per the outlet. The woman, who also sustained suspected self-inflicted stab wounds in her abdomen, was charged at Westmead. Was charged at Westmead Hospital in Sydney. It say New South Wales police confirmed in a press release on Monday that the woman had been charged with 3 counts of wounding or grievously bodily harm to a person with intent to murder. Emergency services called to the home on Jameson Avenue about 5:20 a.m. Monday the 31st, March 2025. Found a 10-year-old boy, a 13-year-old girl, and a 16-year-old girl, and a 47-year-old woman suffering from stab wounds. The release read. Authorities added they were treated at the scene by NSW ambulance paramedics and taken to the Children's Hospital at Westmead and Westmead Hospital, where they remain in stable condition. Officers attached to the Hills Police area commanded established a crime scene and commenced an investigation. The release continued following inquiries that the woman has now been charged with 3 counts of causing wounds and grievously bodily harm to persons with intent to murder. People have contacted the New South Wales Police and New South Wales Ambulance for further comment. The Sydney Morning Herald and Australian Broadcasting Corporation reported that the 10-year-old boy allegedly had 2 stab wounds, the 13-year-old girl had 3 stab wounds, and the 16-year-old girl, who is a paraplegic who can't move at all, had 1 stab wound and other cuts. This is probably completely unexpected, Moore said, per the Sydney Morning Herald. This is the first time police have responded to this house for any type of domestic situation. Detective also added that the mother had been acting erratically before the attack. We believe that the father and the children were all in their rooms and potentially all asleep when the mother had carried out this act, she said, according to ABC. It's tragic, Moore continued, per the Sydney Morning Herald. It's certainly not something that my staff or I want to wake up to on a Monday morning. We take our responsibilities to domestic violence in the Hills very, very seriously. And the first question I had this morning was, have we dealt with this family before? What have we done? And and as sad as it is, we haven't dealt with this family before. And I only wish that we had. Maybe we could have reached out and helped this family sooner had we known there are problems in the household, she continued. But again, if it's problems in the household, or if the mother has some type of mental disability or whatever the case may be, a lot of times I keep telling y'all, man, therapy ain't just a white, black, yellow, brown, blue thing, man. We all need therapy. And I don't know if this woman need therapy. I don't know what was going on in the household. We don't know. But a lot of times these cases and situations with people, they not reported. So I get the empathy and the sympathy in the article. But again, if you don't know, you don't know. unless you're going door to door, and then that's an invasion of privacy because now we're going door to door. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that shouldn't be done, even within the family, man. Family. Check up on your family. We see when motherfuckers is getting mistreated or when motherfuckers ain't doing what they supposed to do with their kids, and I know how it is. Keep that shit to yourself. It's our family, man. Your business and having it, and I get that. But sometimes, man, this shit can be detrimental to what we got going on, and that ain't what we need. We trying to change that cycle. We don't want to keep that shit to ourself mentality because look what's going on. Keeping shit to yourself got you waking up in the middle of the night to your wife stabbing your 10, your 13, and your 16-year-old paraplegic child. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. If she needed help, get the help. Or even with the abuse that we suffer. Domestic abuse comes in all ways, shape, form, and fashion, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I know it's hard and it's easier said than done to get away from that shit, but if you can get away from that shit, get away from that shit. But this, I think she was trying to unalive motherfuckers. I don't think this was domestic. This domestic abuse because they survived it. But I think, goddamn it, if she had enough time, bro, she probably would have killed everybody in the house. Shit, he probably was next. He just heard the screams. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. So, according to the Sydney Morning Herald, the family was described as quiet by a neighbor. The father was standing there. He was quiet, calm. I saw him run back inside and grab a bag and then came out and jumped in the ambulance with his family. He's the one I see the most, they said. They're generally really nice people, another neighbor added. They come over for Christmas and give us chocolates and give us treats. Um, Oh, and we give them treats for their three kids. According to the family, they usually kept to themselves. Police said the woman has been refused bail and is set to appear via a bedside hearing in Parramatta local court on April the 1st, which was today, according to the release. So today she went to court today, but that's crazy, man. Like, and again, like, what made us snap, bro?
Yeah, that's why it's tricky, bro.
Yeah, like we don't know what made us snap, man. Like
There's actually a show that my mom was watching called Snap.
Oh yeah, Snap. Yeah, Snap. When,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Snap. When the women be lashing out and killing their husbands and shit like that.
I be feeling bad for you married bros. I'd be like, ooh, wait, what if she just snapped? Now I'm at your eulogy. Ooh, wait, what did you do that for? He was a cool brother. What?
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, Sean Diddy, y'all Combs, man. He got another lawsuit drop. You know what I'm saying? After the accuser refused to reveal identity. See, this is what I'm saying, man. We so quick to throw the man under the bus. Nah, I don't know if he got motherfuckers out here, pushing up on people or not. We ain't saying that. But
He might have just good lawyers. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but now another case then been dropped. I ain't gonna read the articles. I don't want to get up into Diddy, but yeah, another case then been dropped though. So I don't know, man. I don't know, Diddy. Like shit, man. I don't know if they trying to take you down, take all your money, man. By the time you get through with this, but shit, brother, keep your head. Yeah, man, keep your head up, stay strong, Diddy. I guess shit. I don't know, bro. But yeah, but this young lady though, bro. And this was I'm taking it Sydney, Australia. I wish Dylan was on. I wonder if Dylan heard about it. We got a brother by the name, young guy by the name of Dylan, man. He in Australia. I wonder if he know about it. But that's crazy, man. Like, just wake up, man. Like this lady, she could have PTSD. And listen, I'm not making excuses for it, just like I don't make excuses for anybody. But it'd be a lot going on inside people's heads, man. And we really don't be knowing this shit, bro. And we take a lot of things for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
Yes, sir.
We gotta, yeah. We gotta
action a second to make a thought.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta, man. I don't know, man. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. I just, man, man, I wish for a speedy recovery of those three kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And I hope the father can get get it back together. Um, and I just hope the wife, man, get some help, some much needed help. Most definitely some much needed help, man. It's crazy, man. But anyway, moving right along. Trump, y'all. What's going on with y'all? What's going on with your boy Trump, man? So, exclusive, all local workers, United States.
That's a hell of a conversation, Jay.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Because Trump always toxic. Look, exclusive, all local workers and U.S. diplomats to be fired from U.S. aid, sources say. Trump and Elon, man. So Elon Musk cost-cutting team.
Elon's stepping down, I think.
Listen, I don't know. Elon cost-cutting team is finalizing the dismantlement of the U.S. Agency for International Development, ordering the firing of thousands of local workers and American diplomats and civil servants assigned to the agencies overseas.
USAID, yeah.
Yeah, 2 former top U.S. aid officials and source with knowledge of the situation said on Tuesday. So on Friday, Congress was notified that almost all U.S. aid own employees are being fired by September. All of his overseas offices but shut and some functions absorbed into the State Department. The latest move by Musk's Department of Government Efficiency effective will eliminate what is left of the agency's workforce. This is definitely the final closing out, said one of the former senior U.S. aid officials. President Donald Trump and Musk, his hand-picked advisor to oversee government cost cutting, in February began the process of shuttering U.S. aid and merging its operation into state departments to ensure they conform with Trump's America First policies. The State Department did not immediately respond to requests for a comment. The former officials and source familiar with the situation, speaking on the condition anonymity, said that the U.S. Aid Human Resources Office told regional bureaus in a conference called that layoff notices were going to all of the more than 10,000 locally hired foreign nationals effective in August. The first former official said the call took place on Monday, adding that the local staff termination could run afoul of labor laws in the countries where the fire workers are employed. So is this Trump saying fuck what we got going on overseas and internationally, and let's bring our shit back to our country since we doing this back and forth tariff shit, or since they banning us for going certain places? Or this like Trump saying fuck it, okay, all right, the aid and shit that we giving y'all and that y'all getting, fuck that. But honestly, I don't think we should have been doing a lot of that shit anyway.
That's why you know what? You trigger me because I don't know if you was asking me or the audience.
Well, I'm asking everybody, but you on the panel, so we sticking to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, bro, I wouldn't have been doing all that shit. No way. I'm not giving no way. So just like people got mad at
pork barrel fund is to cut you off.
Who fund?
Pork barrel.
Who?
Pork barrel.
No.
It's a federal term. So there's called pork barrel funds. I gotta look it up and probably post it. I might be saying it wrong, but there are funds allocated like NASA's black budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pork barrel fund that's not going to be touched. It's black budgeted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in our government, that's what Doge did. It kind of cut things. Like I told you, we did a podcast earlier about NPR and PBS. Me and you used to grow up on that Sesame Street and stuff. Cut.
Mm-hmm.
That was free education on TV, Channel 11.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what Doge did. My bad, sir.
Yeah, so Maya Buck say shit. He said, "Yeah, I'm with it." He said they wasn't helping us. Oh well, right. So and that's what I'm kind of saying too, Maya Bucks. Like we do a lot for a lot of other countries, and don't get me wrong, that's how we keep our allies. I get it and shit like that, and connections. And don't get me wrong, and networking, I get that part. So we still want to try to keep that, but a lot of times, man, we go save motherfuckers that ain't got nothing to do with us or people that we ain't even got no dealings with, and we dropping fucking millions of dollars of aid and sending all this shit over there to them, man, versus putting that shit right back into the country, into us, into your own people. You feel me? Regardless of whether us as minorities get the short end of the stick, shit, we already getting the short end of the stick. So stop sending motherfucking money everywhere else. Let me continue to get my short end of the stick until I can realize how to get a bigger piece of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But so pork barrel. Pork barrel or simply pork is a metaphor for the appropriation of government spending for localized projects secured solely or
sir.
primarily to direct expenditures to a representative's district. Again, pork barrel or simply pork is a metaphor for the appropriation of government spending for localized projects. So basically, what government, it's just man watching and the out the sending out and the bringing in and how it's getting funded, a government spending about how the government spending their money for localized projects. Localized projects meaning state projects or city fund projects that's getting funded through them, secured solely or primarily to direct expenditures. Basically getting audited and shit. Just like if I had a non-for-profit and I was getting funded for the government, they want to know exactly what I'm spending my money on and make sure I'm spending my money on it. Yeah, in order to keep getting this money to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in order to keep getting this money. Okay, to a representative district. It says the usage originated in American English and it indicates a negotiated way of political particularianism.
Underline political in red.
Mhm. So yeah, so that's what it is. That's what pork barrel is. Do 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 do. Let me see, because that was quite interesting. That was quite interesting. Hold on. See, y'all, we learn something all the time here, man. So let's see. Why is it called pork barreling? The term pork barrel means politicians using government money to spend on the place they represent. So basically, shit, like I say, man, if you from a certain state and you giving out money in that state, basically, that politician of that state, the government is allowing him to spend money on the place where he at or the place they represent, giving it to their supporters in their local area. So the supporters, of course, the people, us, the people that vote for them and shit like that, like how we ask for our roads to be paved, how we ask for certain things inside our communities to be done and shit like that, which never really happens, or it's even school aid.
Infrastructure pork barrel.
Right. So the word comes from the American English slave owners in America used to give salted pork in barrels to their slaves. That's crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell. But basically, that's all pork barreling is. But yeah, man. So cutting back on them damn jobs. But I believe
All the time. That wasn't me though, but it's a good old fact.
Yeah. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that they trying to fight back on that, the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken. It might not be in this article. The first foreman took place on Monday. Notices will be sent to the diplomatic civil servants assigned to work abroad for what has been leading U.S. foreign aid provider for more than 60 years to former officials. And the source said Trump claimed without evidence that the agency was rife with fraud and run by radical left lunatics, meaning Democrats. Um, while Musk falsely accused, you say what, bro?
No, just reiterating your case. Pork barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, while Musk falsely accused it as being a criminal organization. This is crazy. Thousands of U.S. aid owned staffs were placed on administrative leave.
Trump would always say, "You're fired," right? Yeah, we know who you're with.
Yeah, they received layoff notices on Friday. Hundreds of contractors fired and more than 5,000 programs terminated, disrupted global humanitarian aid efforts on which millions depend. According to a nonpartisan congressional research service, USAID maintains mission in more than 60 countries, which most of its funds go to humanitarian aids and health programs. So, but again, man, like with that mission shit, you know what? So if we understand what missions are and the purpose of a mission, This is just my opinion. Because when we look these,
I know where you're going, but be careful.
Yeah.
This is an economic president. It's not a feelings president.
So I'm gonna say but even then, even still though, bro, I think all missions were used for economical and political prowess, because they send that shit over there and say it's for aid and this, that, and the third. But it's a mission. Most missions, well, from what I know of, and they could have changed, but most missions, they send these motherfucking nuns and these preachers and shit over there. They send them to these foreign countries. They help them out. What they try to do is they try to convert motherfuckers in that country. It's crazy, man. Like, so again, like, it'll stop for right now. But when we need to reach out or get motherfuckers in play or have a little spot somewhere, like they say, we got missions in 60 fucking countries. Don't get me wrong, that's a small, because shit, there's some way more than 60 countries. But what 60 countries? I guarantee you
figure that out, bro. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, if we look up those 60 countries where these missions is at,
I'd say they do that already though.
Yeah. But it ain't in the. It ain't. I'm talking about, but it ain't in an article. I don't know exactly what countries they in.
Elon's leaving it. I heard from reading articles. But he said
Elon.
Yeah.
You say he's stepping down?
Yes. He said he did his job. He's stepping down. Look it up. I think he already eliminated a bunch of stuff with his technology. And
I got you. Here you go, right here.
Yeah, it's coming.
Trump hints that Musk and Doge may be coming to the end of the road. Let's see what they talking about here. Elon Musk's days as a senior White House advisor may be coming to an end, along with his governmental / Department of Government Efficiency. Okay.
Doge.
President Donald Trump hinted Monday that his close ally, Musk, may have to go back to running his companies for a time, and that the tumultuous mission of Doge will have been accomplished after firing tens of thousands of government employees. I think he's amazing, but I also think he's got a big company to run. And so at some point he's going to be going back, Trump said of the Tesla CEO. He wants to. I keep him as long as I could keep him. The president comments made at the White House signing ceremony for an executive order calling for increased scrutiny of concert ticket sellers came amid growing public concerns about the chaos and turmoil caused by Doge, and as one of the high-flying Tesla appears to go ahead for a hard landing. Trump just out here signing shit for real, man. An executive order on scrutiny of concert tickets.
Right? And then the artificial intelligence thing you did podcast, he sold X for AI X. He just changed money.
So it says Musk is classed as a contemporary government employee with a 130-day cap of his services at the White House. Under the designation, his tenure will conclude at the end of May. But a White House official told Politico in February that there was no end in sight to his work, to his time working alongside Trump, and that he was here to stay. Since joining the government, Musk has, by his own description, taken the chainsaw to the federal workforce, including by moving to eliminate agencies such as the United States Agency for International Development and the United States Institute of Peace. The effort is not popular, though, with more than half of the voters in recent Winnipeg polls saying that the billionaire and Doge are hurting the country. Trump reporters at the White House that the influence of Doge will linger because cabinet members and agencies heads have gotten a big education from the experience. There will be a point at which the secretaries will be able to do this work. Tesla, meanwhile, is hitting major turbulence. Sales of its electric cars are plummeting around the world, and Musk-fueled rage makes the vehicles increasingly unpopular. With the consumers who once flocked to the brand, the company share price plunges 36% in the first quarter.
That's a long time.
Yeah, Musk appeared to set the stage for his departure at the 130-day mark in an interview with Fox News last week, saying, "I think we have accomplished most of the work required to reduce the deficit by $1 trillion within that time frame." So all the cuts and
Sir.
so all the huh?
I just say
What you
yes.
say?
I say yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well read.
So with all the cuts that he made, so basically he was trying to at least cut the deficit by $1 trillion. Um, and if the federal government or the Justice Department, if DOJ don't step in, and they let this happen, he will have cut and saved $1 trillion according to the data that they got. I don't know if that's a good.
Pork barrel are they funding now? That's the question. That's your
Yeah,
mark.
so that's why I was gonna say I don't know if that's a good thing or if I don't know if that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's why I say it's tricky, bro.
So Remo says he's cutting us off from the global economy. That's bad. Um, so n- um, so I don't think that mission shit in that Institute of Peace that ain't. I don't think that's what's cutting us off from the global economy. Like I said again, that those things can be used as footholds and also communications and networking. I get that as well. I'm not going to negate the fact or talk down on those missions because we technically don't know exactly what those missions are used for, besides the fact that they help people and give aid to people and preach to people and all that other shit again. But I know it's deeper than that.
It feels good. You don't want to say it.
Yeah, yeah, but I know it's deeper than that. I know it's just having a foothold or the stronghold in the base, so we can send our motherfuckers so we can watch and spy, and especially if we got them in certain countries that we are trying to, what I'm saying, tend to or take over, so to speak. I do think that that's why we set them up over there. But again, I think the more global economy, it's these terrorists, bro. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying that he's wrong for doing these tariffs if he's trying to cut taxes. But again, from a business standpoint, we can't just go back and forth and be tit for tat. That's not good business, and that ain't what Trump doing. But I think Trump letting his pride and ego. So when he drop a tariff, yeah. So when he coming at it as a businessman, because Trump, I don't think he really gives a fuck about another country like Canada or Mexico having its own authority. He ain't really giving a fuck versus
Oh fuck yeah! I'm sorry.
versus other presidents. Maybe like okay, well you know what? I understand they off the ban. We could try to work this. Trump don't give a fuck. Listen. I put this deal on the table. This is the best deal that's going to work for us. Either you're going to take it or leave it. A lot of them leaving it on the table. So he trying to tax them with these tariffs. Then they coming back saying, we going to hit y'all ass with these tariffs. Okay, Trump, you going to hit us with this? All right, well, we going to do this. Now motherfuckers, okay, well, since you doing that, y'all motherfuckers can't come into our country. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying, bro. It went beyond the back and forth about the tariff and the money situation to now they just telling his ass, no, y'all can't come into the country. Even Britain is an ally of ours, bro. They trying to they trying to go tit for tat with the taxes too. Like Trump. Don't get me wrong, I'm fucking with some of these ideas. Just like even when he told NATO, stop sending money out, stop sending help out to motherfuckers. Y'all keep doing that shit, we gonna tax y'all when y'all ass need help. Next time you motherfuckers send some shit out without our approval, goddamn it, y'all ass gonna get taxed. And if y'all don't want, and if y'all don't pay the tax, we gonna come tear y'all ass up. I'm saying, period, point blank. Now, don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with a little muscle, but sometimes, man, it take a little finesse. You know what I'm saying? Like you can catch a lot more bees with honey than you can vinegar. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I like that because Trump ain't a politician. I mean, if you want to, well, shit, what's a politician? A lying motherfucker? What's a businessman? Another lying motherfucker? So we can't say he ain't a good politician or a good businessman. Because he a lying motherfucker, and that's what he good at. So, you know what I'm saying? He doing what the hell he's supposed to be doing, in my opinion. But again, man, I do think Trump need to be just a little bit more slighted towards other people, man. Just to fake it, man, and make it look like, you know what I'm saying, we on board with what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get me wrong, and I'm all for my place of residency, man. I'm all for America, and I'm all for us prevailing and being upfront and being the leaders and innovators of modern technology. You know what I'm saying? Of education, of social development, political development, spiritual development, physical development, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? So we can stay on top and stay number one. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. But again, man, we do need allies, man. Like throughout history, man, we have always had allies. And right now, while he in office, bro, a lot of our allies is breaking. So that's where my disconnect comes from with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I say, I did vote for him the first term, I didn't vote for him this term. Do I disagree with some of the things that he's doing? Yes. Do I agree with some of the things that he's doing? Yes. You know what I'm saying? So, and that would be for anybody. I don't give a hell if it was Kamala Harris, Biden, or if Bush was still in there, or Obama was still in there. Everybody got their turn to do whatever the fuck they gonna do. You're not gonna always agree, and you're not gonna always disagree. You know what I'm saying? It's just for us to, because think about it, man. And we never gonna get who we want. I think it's a fucking game. You know, it's just a mind game. You know, about getting us going out into these polls and voting and shit like that. Like you never get what you want. You know what I'm saying? It all depends about how they feel, how they want to run it. If they want a Republican to run it, if they want a Democrat to run it, or 1 year they might say fuck it. We might fuck around and get a conservative in there. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, man, we're gonna get a we're gonna get a woman's president one day. It's gonna happen. It's bound to happen here in the near future, man. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a person from the community running for president that win. You know what I'm saying? I know they do it. I know they did away with the DEI shit, but I wouldn't be surprised, man, if one of the communities tried to run for president. You know what I'm saying? And win. You know, and then shit, I want to listen. And while y'all talking about Trump, shit, what if somebody in the community get in there? Y'all really gonna flip the fuck out there? Because who knows the type of laws that motherfucker gonna be trying to pass? Yeah, y'all really ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Just like the fucking article that I read about a nursery school child being transphobic and all this other shit. If the community get in there, man, they ain't having none of that shit. Y'all better be careful. Better be careful. But again, it's just that at the end of the day, man. And you know, again, just keep your eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Keep your ears open and to the ground. Just listen, pay attention to what you see. Focus on what's going on. I know a lot of us don't like to read. I know some of us even it's a disconnect when I'm reading the articles to the people sometimes. But I like to read it to the people, not just to myself and come on and talk about it. But I like to really read it to the people and for the people to get my actual real time reaction to some of the shit that they be saying in these articles. Cause I know y'all got to be reacting. Cause I know a lot of y'all might not read. I don't know. But for the ones that don't, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all giving the same reactions that I'm giving, especially if you got reading comprehension.
Yeah, TikTok. Why would we read?
Yeah. Well, you know, I understand TikTok. Yeah, that's cool too, but I'll read it to them because I like, again, you know, that personal feeling and reaction because, you know, even if they don't understand when I'm reading and I know I understand, that's why I like to pause and break and give my little breakdown.
No, I wouldn't attack you, brother. I was just talking about reading.
I know, bro. I know what you're saying. No, trust me. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. You piggyback.
I want to piss you off. Okay.
No. I know you piggyback. I know you piggyback because, like you say, why fucking read? And we got TikTok. That's why I'm saying if y'all read, because even going with TikTok, and don't get me wrong, these articles could be bullshit. But at least with TikTok, bro, you seeing another motherfucker talk to y'all just like how I'm talking to y'all. But I'd rather read the article because listen.
But we don't like libraries.
Yeah, but we need to understand the words and the terminology that they're using. You know what I'm saying? So
library, not TikTok, not social media. Call Dewey Decimal.
So when I read these articles, bro, and a lot of times, and what's crazy is a lot of people don't like to read because when they read some of these words that they come across, you know what I'm saying, and they don't know what the fuck they mean or they don't know how to pronounce them. Shit, I get stuck on. I get stuck on if and it some goddamn time because I be trying to read or whatever. But shit, we gonna sit there and y'all. Yeah, and I'm right here with y'all. When I have a problem with that motherfucker word, I work that motherfucker word just like statistic, man. Sometimes I can't even say statistic. See, I'm fucking it up now. I can't say statistic to say my.
You got it. I know you should start great. You trying though.
Yeah, but sometimes, bro, and I know I'm not, but but I get it. But for some people who brain don't work that way, and they be like, well, fuck that, man. That's just too much for me. So that's why I like to read it. So when we go over these words, listen. You're right. They
clock out. I'm agreeing with you. That's a problem in the community.
Even I stumble over words, but I keep it going, man. We got to keep it going. But yeah, bro. But I like to read this shit, bro, because It's crazy, man, because a lot of us don't know this shit. And I know I ain't a news station in a news channel, bro, but I try to
But
keep.
you can read, brother, and you understand what you're reading. It's reading
Yeah,
comprehension. I'll give you credit.
yeah, but I'm trying to get the people to understand what the fuck I'm reading. You know what I'm
Now you want
saying?
to be a teacher and you care. Oh, Care
Yeah,
Bear music, cue it.
yeah, man. Uh-oh.
No, I'm a contractor. My bad.
He said, I'm a contractor. Uh-oh. Trump administration admits it wrongly deported a man to prison in El Salvador. What?
You getting toxic. Come on. Get off
What?
this. Get off.
Trump administration admit it wrongly deported a man to prison in El Salvador. Listen, not the Trump administration.
Trump can do no wrong, man. MAGA.
Not the Trump administration. Hey man, federal prosecutors, man, y'all remember the guy that killed that World Health dude? I forgot his name, but the Luigi dude.
That's the WHO.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Then you call my ear.
No, the dude Luigi killed.
No, you said World Health. That's what I was like. Who is that?
Yeah. I forgot what he was.
Organization. Who?
Yeah, but not them. But then, so who was the dude he killed? What was he running? What was he head of?
Your article. When you said it, I thought you meant that. My bad.
Oh, United Healthcare CEO. He killed the United Healthcare CEO.
Okay, my bad. I heard the wrong thing.
Yeah. I said the wrong thing, bro. That was me. I couldn't remember what it was.
It's all good, man. I'm a moderator. Keep going, bro. I heard something wrong.
So the federal prosecutors they seeking the death penalty for the Luigi dude who killed the United Healthcare CEO. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know if it was him. I don't know if this shit was staged. I don't know, man. But they trying to seek the death penalty.
I don't know. You got to do some more research, huh?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'll read a little bit of the article. But U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said Tuesday that she has directed prosecutors to seek the death penalty against Luigi Maggione in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, following through on the president's campaign promise to vigorously pursue capital punishment. So, of course, Trump and his administration, they pushing for it as well. So it's the first time the Justice Department has sought to bring death penalties since President Donald Trump re-entered to office in January with a vow to resume federal executions after they were halted under previous administration. So, Biden has stopped it. So, Trump trying to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Trump running amok, man. So, Luigi Maggione's murder of Brian Thompson, an innocent man and father of two young children, was a premeditated, cold-blooded assassination that shocked America. Bondi said in a statement, "It didn't shock me." She described Thompson killing as an act of political violence. Maggione, a 26-year-old Ivy League graduate from a prominent Maryland real estate, he's from a prominent Maryland real estate family, faces separate federal and state murder charges after authorities say he gunned down Thompson, 50, outside of a Manhattan hotel December the 4th as the executive arrived for United Healthcare annual investors conference. So, state and federal charges. One, the state probably gonna drop them charges, and the feds gonna pick it up because he gonna do more time with the feds than he will with the state anyway. And that's usually what they do unless they just trying to set an example, and they gonna give them life on the state side and then sentence them to death on the federal side, which don't make no sense. So that's why usually in cases like this, high end cases, usually the state has nothing to do with it. So I'm surprising that they still including the state inside of this case, because they usually drop out when shit like this happens. So I don't know. But the death penalty, I don't know, man. And like she say, political violence. I don't know, man. We ain't heard nothing from him. He ain't spoke out. His lawyers ain't really said too much of nothing. Well, I don't know if he got shit. They say he from a prominent Maryland real estate family, so they got money. He young. I don't know, man. It's to me, and it could be true, but to me, a lot of this shit just seemed like setup, bro. Like all this shit just seemed like setup. even with the Trump shit, with the assassination of Trump, that bullet that got fired at Trump when it hit his ear, Trump ear is still intact. Ain't no hole, ain't no piece of meat missing. From that range, that bullet that was fired out of that gun can travel 300 miles per second. You know what I'm saying? And at that range, it's gonna tear some flesh up. Even if it chips or skins the flesh, it's gonna take a piece of the flesh about you. Ain't shit wrong with Trump. And then after getting shot, no one jumps up and throws up a fucking fist and says fight, knowing that a motherfucker can have another shot at you and you giving this person a clear target after he done shot you one time, and it takes your security 5 to 7 seconds to respond. Get the fuck out of here. Then when they rush you off to the car didn't pull away, or they didn't go to the front of the car. The driver didn't get in the car, and the other agent didn't go to the front of the car to clear the fucking way so you could drive off, so they can hop in the car as you're driving off. This shit is practice. This shit is things that they go over. This is a detail that's supposed to be protecting the fucking president as far as the Secret Service. You mean to tell me y'all didn't have? Come on, man. Come on. And again, I'm not saying that it's set up, but we got to think about this shit. And when that shit happens, and we talked about this shit, like that when that happened, he got all the so-called street cred in the motherfucking world, bro. When that happened, man, Trump that switched his that put him up in the polls when that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. You know what? It could have been a coincidence, yeah. It could have been. But I doubt that shit seriously. But Luigi, yeah, man, they trying to get Luigi the death penalty. More than likely they got him, and they saying all the evidence points towards the man. So more than likely, man, yeah, they probably gonna slam Luigi, man. I feel bad for Luigi. Damn, Trump, man, back on Trump. Trump administration, bro. God damn, Trump. He's starting a massive layoff of health agencies too in the States. So he laying off a lot of Center of Disease Control and Prevention. God damn, Trump. The Trump administration fired staff at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and at the Food and Drug Administration. So he fired FDA people too. God damn, Trump. And on Tuesday, as it embarks on its plan to cut 10,000 jobs from the Department of Health and Human Services, according to two sources familiar with the situation. The cuts are part of a wide plan. Oh my God. A wide plan by the President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk to shrink staffing levels in federal department. But God damn, bro. Like, you hitting everything. I don't even want to talk about Trump no more, man. So 300 yards of 5.56 round travels at least. Okay, I said 3,000. Okay, I was off a little bit. It depends on who firing the gun. 2,000 at 51 feet per second. That's what I'm saying again, Remo. And so again, like that motherfucker would have took a chunk out that air, man. That man is still intact. Hey, he pulled a WWE. He went down, had a razor blade in his hand, and slit his motherfucking ear open a little bit so that blood could start trickling down, man. That wasn't no damn gunshot wound, man. That's crazy, man. Hey, but you do what you got to do to win, man. Hey, what they say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win. How that saying goes? Shit, if you ain't cheating. Hey, but Trump, man, listen, so y'all, I do think Trump got a plan. Now, is the plan a good plan? Or is it a great plan? Or is it some shit that we should be subscribing to? I don't know yet. But I do know he has a plan. He just ain't cutting shit and just doing shit just unknowingly, man. He got something that he backing shit up with. It's just that, we might not be in alignment with what the fuck he got going on. We might not be on the same page as Trump. But you best believe, man, he got some shit going on. Man. Healthcare Secretary Robert S. Kennedy Jr. has described the cuts at the CDC and the FDA as essential for streamlining a bloating bureaucracy. However, the cuts, including early dismissals, have led to the departures of top scientists and key agencies for public health, cancer research, and drug oversight, raising concerns about how the U.S. will safely oversee the health sector and respond to emergencies. So again, like when we first started out, he was telling know what I'm saying? The CDC not to talk to the World Health Organization and vice versa. And now you firing motherfuckers from the federal drug administration. Like, bro, the FDA, these is the motherfuckers that supposedly let us know if this shit is safe. Now they already experiment on our ass, and now you firing motherfuckers who determines whether shit is safe or not. That mean it's gonna be a lot of motherfucking pseudo medicine and a lot. And listen, I'm not saying that these big pharmaceutical companies are providing the pseudo medicine, but it leaves way for other people and other companies to come up with all these fake ass medicines without trial and error, without getting subjects to try this shit on, or without doing research and study on whether this shit can help you or not. And it's crazy, y'all, because we already take all this shit, and I'm finna keep it 100 with y'all. We take all this shit already, and guess what? Why y'all think they talk so motherfucking fast when we see them medicine commercials? When we see them different type of drugs and shit that's supposed to stop HIV, or them different type of drugs that you take for the cancer, or those different type of drugs that you might take for diabetes or heart problems and shit like that. You know, it'll help you with this, but then they read that shit so fast and nosebleeds, nausea, vomiting, and all of that. You know how they spit that shit real fast? Like, what the fuck? Now, ain't no telling.
You're not paying attention.
Yeah, that too. But now, without a motherfucker facilitating that shit, like, because now I believe that shit, just like with the border controls, because I'll be watching shit sometime about these border control agencies, bro, about at these ports and at these docks, how they open up shipping containers and they investigate the food and they look to see, you know what I'm saying, because they might have bugs and shit on them coming in. So, you know, they pull out the magnifying glass and look at each fruit and make sure it ain't got shit attached to them that's coming from these foreign countries that could come over here and potentially be dangerous predators to our environments and shit like that. Now, I'm saying with all these cuts, bro, how the fuck are we going to manage that? How you know what I'm saying?
Artificial intelligence. That's what they've been doing. That's how they can pop up on you like that. They know your behavior. They know your podcast. They know your favorites on Instagram, Facebook. Shall I go on? So they already know it's what with cattle. We don't know. Yeah, we all have not doing some old weird conspiracy, but they know. So they just watch what you do, and then they find you. And it's just like any other process of science. You sterilize.
Damn. He say sterilize. Excuse me. That sterilization shit kind of threw me off for a minute, man. Damn. Damn, he said you sterilize. Oh shit, man. But yeah, y'all, it's just listen, man. You know, a lot of times, like I say, y'all, man, I like reading some of these articles. You know, and I pick and choose what I pick and choose what I read to the people because you know I try to find the ones that correlates or relates to what we got going on and shit like that, especially even if we don't think shit directly affects us. Like, what if we was to have another outbreak? We're firing all these people from the CDC. You know what I'm saying? Like who could, and then like they say, a lot of top scientists and the top people, you know what I'm saying, because they firing are leaving these agencies. Even if they ain't the ones that's being fired, they leaving these agencies because now you're gonna be over fucking work. The ones that they don't fire, these motherfuckers gonna be overworked. And then who's to say if they firing the right people? They could be firing motherfuckers that know what's going on versus not firing this motherfucker who ain't never been in a lab.
Careful, can I speak on that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I was about to go warm my chili. I hate to tell you, but remember I told you about the Department of Education, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are scientists like myself who do. I think you know that the physicist is mathematician.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I may not act like I'm everyone. So there are other people like that out there. And what happens if we just decided we want to be humanitarians, philanthropists, and help out the community? Department of Education collapse. It's a parallel, so it's not just an argument. But you made the argument about privatization. He was right. If you cannot afford to talk to people like me, then I don't exist, right?
Right.
So in essence, it's not a bad thing for the people that you need to work certain jobs, like traffic controllers. I think he cut that one. So qualified people want to rely on AI to teach them how to do that because those jobs have to be filled. You see where I'm going with this or no?
Now keep going.
Okay, so unclear. People that can teach a classroom no longer there. You get a robot there. So when you say, and I'm gonna say it this way because I'm trying to relate to the point because I don't be long with it. When a student says what you mean, as I tell my students, and you don't know any computer science, the robot's gonna say malfunction. What you mean? Try again. Like you're at a kiosk, right?
Mm.
You stuck, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't learn what you're supposed to learn with the people that are human, and everything's going towards automation, things will get real hard. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree because shit, if that machine, that computing, if you ain't understanding what's going on and you don't know how to input shit into that motherfucker and it's telling you, I don't compute, I don't understand, and then you ain't got no knowledge and know-how about how to operate that motherfucker, yeah. And again, and like you say, if teachers and shit became humanitarians, and then guess what? That shit'll be outlawed so fast. They'll try to usher all of y'all into the public.
Teachers are private, so it's like teachers not hurt. That's the point I was making to you, bro. And I cut you off. The teachers are going to be replaced by robots, but the teachers are not hurt. They can go where they're appreciated and paid well.
Yeah. Or they could stay humanitarians and fucking,
Or
you know what I'm saying?
we program the robots because it's rare to find a human being alive that can do what they can do. Because robots are not that smart.
You say robots are not that smart?
It takes a programmer, it takes an architect first. Which came first, the egg or the chicken?
The chicken?
Rhetorical, but okay.
Oh man, but no, but I know what you're saying though, bro. Like, yeah, that's man. Listen, man, but I don't think it's going. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm not knocking you. As far as jobs,
Yeah,
are you an
yeah,
architect or a consumer?
yeah. See, just like you know, right now, like when you go to McDonald's, there's a lot of kiosks, and that shit actually makes
That's
it.
where I was going. Thank you, sir. You've seen it.
Yeah, so instead of dealing and because
How many
again,
customer service people are front versus the kiosk?
yeah,
You said
yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
yeah, and then because you know a lot of times you don't want to deal with the person's rudeness and shit like that.
But
This
that's
way you,
also Amazon too, bro.
but this way you ain't even got to deal with a human. You ain't got to deal with attitudes. You ain't got to deal with none of that shit.
That's why people have dropped off on DoorDash. Yeah, they don't want to deal with that.
They don't want to deal with none of that shit. So, you know, now all I gotta do is press my order in. You know what I'm saying? I could pay at the kiosk or whatever the case may be. And then
programs that, yeah.
and just wait for somebody to call out my order, pick up my order, and go about my business. I ain't have to talk to nobody with no attitudes, get no wrong change or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so but again, you know, that again, you know, I like that. I like that person to person interaction. You know, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's good and it's quicker.
Engagement, most people don't, especially introverts. You might be. I think you are omnivert. You like both.
Yeah, I might be a little bit of both. Yeah, at times I can be both, but I don't. But I don't agree with that method though, bro, because the production can be faster and quicker, which is what it's supposed to be. Now again, how does that? What's the pros and cons of that? Because now people can lose their jobs. I get it, but shit, when it's 1,000 of y'all ass back there, it's still the same fucking speed and slow. At least this way, I ain't got to deal with no fucking attitudes. You know what I'm saying?
Still got to add DEI in there. Feelings.
Yeah, but shit, Trump done got rid of that, so ain't no more.
It's up to the states, so you keep getting that confused. He did it at the federal.
Yeah, it's all is we see a lot of people
push. They push.
Another thing too, y'all, when we talking about DEI, that is a state issue, so it's up to that state to pursue. So don't get me wrong, he does have a few federal mandates of DEIs, but again, that's still left up to the states. So certain states can choose to do what they want to do with that DEI.
You saw what the current mayor is doing in Chicago. That's why you got a good mayor back behind you. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of that, big ups to motherfucking Harold Washington, man. Big ups to Harold Washington.
Promise, Royal Mason. Yeah. I know my
the best mayor Chicago has ever had. even in this short-lived term of being in office, man, the best mayor of Chicago to never have, man. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Harold Washington Jr., man. You know what I'm saying? And I thought this was a good picture of him standing on the lakefront because you could see the downtown.
I noticed it. I was like, that's a good one. That's why I jumped on the car. I was like, oh, he went
you can see. Yeah, I went historical, man. You know, Women's Month is over with, man. Big ups to Women's Month too, man. You brought it up, man. Big ups to women last month, man. To all the ladies, man. Professional athletes, professional women's doctors, lawyers. Just big ups to all the ladies, period, man. Mothers, daughters, aunties, grandmamas,
what is
all
April supposed to be so I can keep up? Because CPS says something and y'all say something else.
I don't know what April. I don't know what the fuck the month of April is supposed to be. I said, remember, I said we was gonna make it. We was gonna make it the month for the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna look it up because you're not gonna keep track and then argue with you.
yeah. I don't know what they got this month is, but everybody do got a month. But again, even within that, that's why I always say that Black History Month shit, man. We make Black history. We make history, melanated history, 365 days a year. You know what I'm saying? As long as we've been in existence on this earth, so I don't think we should be relegated or subjugated to a month to celebrate the things and highlight the prominent people in our group. You know what I'm saying, as far as being melanated. So, I ain't never was with that. But I was feeling you about when we was talking about the Women's Month and how it's predicated for this, that, and the third. And then, it might be Spanish Heritage Month or some shit like that coming up. I think that might be.
I wasn't cracking a joke. I was asking because I got to figure it out tomorrow, at work. So.
Yeah, I think that if I'm not mistaken, that's either this month or next month. I'm not sure though.
I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna tell you tomorrow if you're online, but I don't know what it is, but I gotta look it up. But you might call it something on you.
Hey man, hey, and all y'all out there with them PPPs, man, listen, y'all better get y'all shit together. Chicago Inspector General details PPP fraud in Illinois.
I was eating breakfast.
They coming after y'all ass. Check it out. Deborah Witchburg, Chicago Inspector General, joins Lisa Dent to discuss PPP fraud amongst 41 Illinois employees. Now, one of my closest friends was an Illinois state worker, and he has a PPP thing going on with him. But again, his situation, I don't know. His situation might not be like these other motherfuckers because he did have a legitimate business. I just think his paperwork filing, somebody screwed him over. But I do know a lot of people did this shit, this PPP shit, and I mentioned this shit the other day too. They did this shit and didn't go get didn't have no LLCs. They got this money and just want to spend this money. But they not talking about these. They just talking about Illinois employees. So over 41 Illinois employees who committed fraud. Many worked in the Illinois Department of Human Services. So my homeboy didn't work in the Illinois Department. It says, but anyway, but Witchburg explains that some were police officers and even state politicians. Whoa, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. But Witchburg explained that some were police officers, y'all, and state politicians. Y'all hear me? I don't think y'all hear me. So you mean to tell me the police out here getting down on the PPP and the state politicians? Oh, wow. Damn, that's crazy, bro. But you know what though? I could imagine. But yeah, but I got a homeboy that worked for the State Department, man. That's involved in this bullshit ass PPP. And again, like I say, he got the proper paperwork. But for the police and state politicians, man, come on, man. And then for y'all, I can see the regular folks, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit not knowing better. But come on, police. Come on, man. Come on, the state politicians. Come on, man. Y'all defrauding the state. And then we wonder why we can't get no fucking funding for schools or no funding for this or no funding for that. Not like we was gonna get it anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Not like we was getting it anyway. But shit, you know what I'm saying? If it was to come, you motherfuckers just sucking it all up. Pause. Hey, I also heard this, man, that a lot of the funding that comes through the state comes through the police department.
I think you did on purpose. when you say pause, man. Stop doing that.
I heard a lot of that shit come through the police department, man. I don't know how true that is. I got to look up into that. You know what I'm saying? About that shit coming through the police departments and shit like that. Hey, man. Football analyst, ex cornerback, used to play with Seattle Supersonics. Richard Sherman, man. For the people out there that know who he is, or for the ones that don't know who he is, he was a Super Bowl winner with the Seattle Seahawks when Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson, when they was all over there. He got robbed, man. He got robbed by armed thieves before his birthday. That's crazy, man. We just crazy. He okay. You know what I'm saying? He just got robbed and shit. They took his shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's crazy, man. Like, gotta be careful, man. And don't get me wrong, we shouldn't have to go through that shit about being personalities and being, you know, who we are and having to be careful when we go certain places. But, you know, you gotta be careful, man. Shit, motherfuckers don't give a fuck who you are. You just gotta be careful when you out here. Keep your head on the swivel, keep your head up. And I listen, and this ain't happening in Chicago. This happened. Where did this happen? Let me see. That's what I'm saying. It don't matter where it happened at. Shit, you gotta be careful, man. What did this happen? What was his wife with him? Let me read it. Okay, former Seattle Seahawks star Richard Sherman released security footage of the armed men who robbed his home. Oh, he wasn't there. Okay, they robbed his home while his wife protected their children at the property. Wow, so his wife, what the fuck? Let me read this. Wait a minute now. Okay, so house being robbed at gunpoint with my family. It isn't God. Where the fuck do you stay at? You ain't in no gated community. So his wife was with the children while he getting robbed. So house being robbed at gunpoint with my family. It isn't what anyone wants for a birthday gift. Sherman wrote on X alongside two grabs from his security footage. Scary situation that my wife handled masterfully, and the kid and kept my kids safe. If anyone has any info that could help, please reach out. The footage shows two men walking onto the Seattle area home wearing masks and heavy jackets. One of the men is seen brandishing a pistol. One man from Covington, Washington, responded to Sherman, explaining that there had been similar robberies in his neighborhood. Sherman responded by requesting a direct message from the man, while adding that they got 5 homes from what the police told us. Beyond that, much remains unclear, including the whereabouts of Sherman's wife Ashley and the children Raiden and Avery during the robbery. Police are investigating the March 29th burglary, according to DMZ. So of course, I guess the wife was in the house with the kids. And I don't know if he was I don't know if he was in the house or wherever the house may have been, but this shit crazy. So Sherman, a former Super Bowl winner and an elite cornerback, I ain't gonna say all that. Turned 37 on Sunday. He he works as an NFL analyst for Amazon Prime. That's right, Amazon did buy ESPN, didn't they? So and Disney, if I'm not mistaken, or partnership type shit took place. Many of the world's biggest sports stars, including Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, have fallen victims to thieves over the recent months. Which is true. Their houses have been broken into. I forgot there's been a couple other stars or athletes whose cribs been broken into too, but none have been home. I think it was a female. I think it was a female rapper as well. Her house got broken into, but she synced it over the intercom and she faked called out to the motherfuckers like what? Matter of fact, it was when I was watching Shannon Sharp and he was interviewing what's the chick name, man? Oh my God, she playing in to be a cash doll. And she was saying that her alarm went off on her phone and she pulled her phone up and she seen the two robbing the phone. And then when she yelled into the phone, like into the security system, you know what I'm saying? They dropped some of the shit, but you know, they still kept, you know, and it was crazy, man. So the worrying trend has seen criminals target the mansions and possessions of players across the NFL, NBA, NHL, and MLS and college sports, sometimes during games. At the end of last year, the FBI sent a warning out to professional sports leagues about crime organizations targeting professional athletes. Cops have launched a multi-state investigation into the spate of robberies, many of which, according to authorities, are the work of sophisticated crime ring. To be clear, there is no public proof that the men who robbed Sherman and his family are tied to the other robberies in various parts of the country. So of course they're gonna try to loop all that shit in. But that article was kind of so I don't know if he got robbed at gunpoint and while the wife and kids were in the house while she was protecting them. I'm not quite sure, but in any event, man, that's sad, that's tragic, that's egregious. Condolences goes out to his family. I'm glad wasn't nobody hurt because they could have easily, if he was robbed at gunpoint, they could have easily shot him, rushed his way into the home, and God knows did what to those kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that it didn't get that far. And again, he gave it up, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. So judge blocked CIA, DNI from firing DEI staffers under Trump's orders. So I was speaking about this earlier. Hopefully the DOJ steps in, stop some of this shit that Trump doing. You know what I'm saying? So a federal judge on Monday blocked the Trump administration from firing 19 staffers at the CEI. It ain't that many, but it's a start. And Office of Director of National Intelligence, who worked on initiatives for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, which President Donald Trump had ordered terminated. The U.S. District Judge Anthony Tringa in Eastern Virginia rejected the request for a temporary block on Trump's policy on February the 27th, ruling the staffers could ask for a reassignment, but the CIA said the staffers had no right to review. God damn. The CIA said the staffers had no right of review over their firing. God damn. Well, that is true. So I do want to tell a lot of y'all, man, when y'all sign them employment papers, man, they do reserve the right if they hire you. They can't really fire
employment, yeah.
Yeah. They really can't fire y'all ass the next day. For a lot of people who be thinking they really can fire your ass the next day. They can hire you right now, how you work fucking 16, 24 hours, and be like, you know what? We don't need you no more. A lot of people don't know that. Like, they really can. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say read the shit that you signing. You know what I'm saying? So Tringa shifted course Monday. Tringa shifted course Monday, deciding the intelligence staffers deserve the opportunity to appeal their firings and to be considered for other jobs. Just like with the last article, reassigning motherfuckers or whatever. But I doubt if they do that. Well, I don't know because the DOJ stepping in. So I don't know if the Trump administration is going to find a place for these people that they don't want to fire, or is he going to create a department, or if he's going to keep them in the same department. It's just like, it's just smaller than what it usually would be. I don't know how Trump going to figure this out.
Can I say something?
So intelligence staff was very pleased with the ruling. Go ahead.
There's a lag. Okay, because I asked that like 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
You can hear me? Okay, because I asked that like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't know if it's Comcast this week, but bro, I was just going to ask about that because when he left office of Doge, you got to think about that. The technology's still there for them to keep continue. He just stepped down.
He ain't stepped down yet. He ain't stepped down yet.
Yeah, but
he just stepped down. I thought they said he had 130 more days.
But they're saying it's coming. Well, I don't know. The article I read this morning, it's coming to an end. Like, this is like a power play. Like, he literally probably gave him technology from SpaceX, Tesla.
Yeah, but it ain't no
everything. Probably and he looked it with Doge that Trump created. That's boy, it's like an infection. So the next person got to learn the system. And they might pay them a little rate, but they still know where to cut things. They know how to watch people. I think it's AI based. And then he just step out to go.
Yeah, well, we read that in the article. Well, we already read that in the article that he said that already. I read that in the article already about how the next person gonna step up and already know what to do, and he already in the cut. Well, this is separate. Okay, anyway, Kevin Kara, a lawyer representing the staffers from the CIA caseworker, said that ODNI, to their credit, had offered to consider 2 of the staffers for transfer, but the CIA refused. See, this is what I'm saying. So, like, again, You fired these 19 motherfuckers. 2 motherfuckers asked, can they be woo out the bail? They which 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 they could have been moved somewhere else inside of the department, but the CIA refused. I mean, again, that's steady behind Trump. That's all it is, and I ain't mad at it, man. That's we're running shit right now. You gotta do what he said, I guess, right? Uh I'm just guessing. I'm assuming. It says we're very pleased with the decision. Carroll said the judge decided to enjoin CIA and ODNI from firing these DEI folks unless and until they listen to appeals and then consider them for other jobs inside of the intel community. The Department of Justice, CIA, and ODNI didn't immediately respond to requests for comment on the decision because they probably pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Well, and I don't think they pissed off. They declined for decision because, again, ultimately, I don't think this is their decision. Like Brother Fox keeps saying, this has a lot to do with Doge and Elon Musk and the new Trump administration. So, again, man, it's just, man, listen, man, just be careful, man. Like I say, man, keep your ears to the ground, keep your eyes open. There's a lot going on out here in these streets and in these communities. Again, I did say I hope the Department of Justice step up and do a lot of things and try to stop a lot of these executive orders from getting signed. Again, I do agree with a lot of them, and I do disagree with some of them. You can take that how you want it, and I believe that, and that's from me doing investigation and studying and researching and really getting down to the bottom of some of these things. Not everything, but just finding my own little understandings. I do agree with some of these cuts, and people and listen. Folks go, oh man, you black. How you agree with some of this shit? And listen to me, man. Listen. That's what reading comprehension is about. Understanding what he's doing. Some of these things are beneficial to us as a people or us as a corporation or country or whatever you want to call us. Some of these things that he's doing, I do believe will sustain us as a country and make us stronger. But again, it's about how he's going about doing these things. I think if he did these things in a better way, I think Democrats and Republicans alike probably wouldn't have so much pushback. You know what I'm saying? I believe if he was a better speaker or more likable individual, bro, I don't think people would be giving Trump such a pushback because, again, like I say, I'm not in a position to where I make a whole lot of money to be saying that I'm because, again, people equate money with being a Republican. You know what I'm saying? I might not be financially in a place where I can be a full-blooded Republican, but I do understand the principles. You know what I'm saying? And some of the ideology behind it. You know, um, my life doesn't necessarily affix with being a Democrat either, but I do understand some of the principles and ideologies behind it, and I do think it should be a proper mix. You know what I'm saying? Inside of these congressional districts, inside of the House of Representatives, and things of that nature, man. It should always be I ain't gonna necessarily say an even mix, but 60-40 is always good to me. Even if they got the power, 60-40 is still always good because you can make some shit happen. It's because listen, when one party overtakes the other party, bro, it's always we knocking that down. No, fuck what you talking about. Don't even bring that idea to the floor. And sometimes, guess what? They don't bring them because they already know we overran, we overpowered. But that's politics, man. Hey, go out there and get that political science for dummies, man. I've been screaming that. Go get that fucking book. Go learn what these people, who these people are, and what these people do for real. Or, goddamn it, when your kid come home, because your kid should be in 8th grade or sophomores when they come home with their Constitution, go check that shit out. Read that shit over with again. You know what I'm saying? And go over there. And I've been saying this shit, man, for the longest that we gonna get into this Constitution, but I don't even think that shit matter. We can still do that. But that Constitution, that shit don't even matter with Trump, because Trump ain't Trump ain't following shit that's in the Constitution, man. But anyway, my beautiful people, man, my superheroes and my fellow Beardonians, man, we coming to that time, man. We coming to that time. We got Master Teacher on the panel. Master Teacher, man, it's always a pleasure, man. But you know how I like to end the show off, man. If you want to get some people some words and inspirations, or if you want to tell them about anything that we didn't talked about that's going on, any ways of protecting themselves, now is the time.
You said protecting yourself?
Yeah.
No, just
Not
stay.
physically through fighting, but
That's why I was confused. Like,
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, yeah, not physically to fight, but protecting themselves in this political shit that's going on.
I'll leave you because you said a lot tonight, so I'm not going to be late because I get up for work tomorrow and I have a Nobles meeting later. So it's like that morning. I mean that tomorrow. So anyway, just think about your words and spells. This is what I thought about because what you talked about, we had a great discourse, and while you might not agree on different things, your words and spells, and then your spells are strong based upon your ingredients. So in physics, we call that known and unknowns. What did the math problem give you, and what are you solving for? And that's what we're dealing with right now with the economic and the pop argument. It's a verse, kind of like Marvel versus, if you know what I mean. Honestly, like you said, understanding what we're reading and not just reading it and talking about it or reacting to it, but like, okay, how can I evolve my opinion, your individual thing, into changing something? And I don't think we're there yet. So keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, there was a great discussion, and it just reminds me of spells. Like Arabic. Algebra is often an Arabic word, right? Mathematics. But if you didn't know that, because you think most Black people don't do mathematics, and I'm a physicist. My code name is So good evening. Take peace, brother. And Zen, see you around.
Hey man, most definitely, man. I like that, man. Like you say, spells, man. So everything that I done said today and the words that the brother done touched on and a lot of articles. That's why and if y'all notice to piggyback off of what he said before we get up out of here, if you notice every time I read an article, y'all always notice that I say, well, look how they describing us versus look how they talking about this person in the article. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason for that. Now, whether we want to wake the fuck up and realize what these reasons are, or we just think we just that ratchet and uninformed as a motherfucking group of people, that could be it too. But I want to go for the latter, man. I just think you like the brother said, man. It's a lot of things out here, man, that spells, and again, even in the Bible, for my Bible believer, we speak things into existence, and you always hear people tell you, man, speak good, because when you speak good about things and you speak positive about yourself, positive things happen. When you speak that negative shit, negative things come back to you. Also with the same shit like karma. If you out here and you doing good, man, when karma come back around, it's gonna come back around and it's gonna be good for you versus you, being out here curious and into all type of shit. And doing things that you shouldn't be doing. When that karma come back around, it smacks you in your face. So it's all about us, man. It's all about the energy that we resonate out here, man. So, man, I just want to tell my people, man, let's keep everybody in their thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. One last time, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. So within that, and even that is a spell. So when I say that, what I'm saying, it's a reason why I'm saying keep everybody in your thoughts, your prayers, your views, and your meditations, because those are the things that we judge and how we see people with our thoughts, with our views, and our prayers and with our meditations, you know what I'm saying? And then that's also a way that we keep in touch with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because when you pray, usually you pray solely by yourself and alone. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying when you say grace to people, like sometimes when you pray, when certain shit happen to you, you might talk to the creator or whoever you may think he be, or whatever the case may be. When you meditating, what I'm saying? You need some type of peace of solitude to yourself. So again, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. And don't forget these 5 key components of life. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. That's what we all should be striving to obtain and reach. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we go by here on Bearded Conversation. And I want all my superheroes and all my Beardonians and all my beautiful people to subscribe to the same. With that being said, man, y'all know what it is, man. All superheroes don't wear capes, but they still need their theme music. So to all my beautiful people, all my Beardonians, and all my superheroes.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a job. He won't even pay. Hard work and dedication. Ain't no judgment. We just having conversations. Ain't no need for fronting. Give you an opinion, and then you do what you want. But we gon' listen. Tell you what you need, not what you want.
All my beautiful people, man, thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man, to another great episode of Bearded Conversation. Hey, before y'all get up out of here, do your boy a favor.
Y'all niggas smoke cool. I know about Marlon. Real OGs sitting on the
video and thumb it up. Hey, man, don't forget to tune in every Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time, man, for Bearded Conversation, real men talk. And every Friday, man, for Bearded Studios, real MCs talk, man, we should have a female MC in the building. If not, still come on in, man. We gonna have fun on Friday. And also, man, don't forget to check out Bad TV, 11 p.m. to 5 in the morning, man, where we spinning, good vibes only, good music only, good conversation, man. Make sure y'all check us out, man. We got something here on the channel for the family, for everybody, man. Y'all know what it is, people. Same black time, same black channel. Talk black to me, y'all. Miss CC, my beautiful moderator.
Motherfucking fake. It ain't a radio station. And no one here hates. See, we give an opinion on what the fuck we heard.
Hey, and again, my beautiful people, man, listen, man. Hey, I know sometimes, man, we get up here and we talk, but listen, man, a lot of these things are important. I just want to let y'all know that I'm all about my people and I'm all about my community. I'm all about informing. So I hope that y'all take a lot of these conversations and discourses that we have here. I hope y'all take it in the heart. I hope y'all picking up on the gems and the jewels that we be dropping. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is an open platform, an open forum. So if you got anything to add, you're more than welcome to hit the platform. Hey, before we get up out of here, big ups to Lynn Chicago Pizza, big ups to Dan Soul Food and Bakery, big ups to Urban Lust Cafe, big ups to Cafe where grown folks play, and big ups to the House of Health and Wellness, and all the rest of my melanated brothers and sisters establishments, man. Y'all know what it is. Peace and blessings to the chat. Peace and blessings to the panel. Peace and blessings to everybody out there, man. Y'all know what it is. Those that fuck with us, fuck with us. Those that don't, fuck with us anyway. Hey, man, big ups to my residential Dominican man from the Dominican Republic, Cito boy, for this smooth ass groove on the way out the door, man. Hey, like I tell y'all every night, man, without y'all, man, it wouldn't be no us here on Bearded Conversation. Hey, big ups to my co-host Roscoe P. L. Boogie and my little one AJ, my co-host with the mostest. With that being said, man, when we come together, may we always meet on a level. Once we're in each other's presence, may we always be humble and plumb. And when we leave each other's presence, may we always part on the square. With that being said, again, man, peace and blessings to the chat. Good night. I love y'all till tomorrow. Peace.